Welcome back, everyone, to the smartest year ever, our quest to become the world's greatest conversationalist. My name is Gordy, and because it's weather week, I was just wondering, what's the hottest weather ever recorded on Earth? And do you know where this picture was taken? Give me 5 minutes, and I bet you can work this into a conversation today. But first, like and subscribe if you haven't so you can keep up. I do this every single day. When we talk about the hottest place on Earth, I have to be specific, right? Do I mean the single highest temperature ever recorded, or the place that's relentlessly hot day after day? Because those are two different kinds of misery. The WMO, the World Meteorological Organization's official record, belongs to Furnace Creek Ranch in Death Valley, California. 134 degrees Fahrenheit, 56.7 Celsius. On July 10th, 1913, 134 degrees is so hot that the air can actually burn your lungs if you breathe too hard. But there's a catch. Some climate scientists doubt the reading, citing possible instrument error and odd weather patterns that don't really add up. So if you toss that one out, let's say that one was errant, the next best contender is still the same place in Death Valley, 131 degrees Fahrenheit, 55 Celsius in July 1913. It's the same month as the controversial 134 degree reading. Thus, maybe let's actually look at the next one and break free of this dubious July 1913. So for decades, the world record actually belonged to El Azizia, Libya, which claimed 136.4 degrees in 1922. But in 2012, the WMO threw it out after finding that the thermometer was poorly placed. It was read by an inexperienced observer, and like the thermometer was probably like sitting on a surface that was hot enough to definitely skew the numbers. So in modern times, the record still goes to Furnace Creek Ranch in Death Valley, but it's at 130 degrees Fahrenheit, 54.4 Celsius in both August 2020 and August 2021, verified with far more accurate equipment. Beyond single-day bragging rights, though, Death Valley also holds the hottest monthly average temperature ever recorded, 108.1 degrees Fahrenheit, 42.3 Celsius in July 2018. 108.1, that's day and night combined. So you're waking up at 3 a.m. and it's still pushing 100 degrees outside. 108.1 for the entire month of July in 2018. Woof. Like, I just never would have thought a place called Furnace Creek in a place called Death Valley would be unpleasant, you know? Sounds so nice. Population of 136, by the way, as of the 2020 census. And also, a little bit of a fun aside, I looked up the record low temperature for Furnace Creek, 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Wow, it gets cold. But the crown for the hottest annual average temperature goes elsewhere. Dallol, Ethiopia, which averaged 94 degrees, 34.4 C, year-round between 1960 and 1966. Dallol sits in the Danakil Depression, one of the lowest and hottest places on Earth, surrounded by salt flats, steaming hydrothermal vents, and acid pools in colors you usually only see in warning labels. People have lived there, but now it's mostly a ghost town, abandoned, except for mining crews and researchers. Check out these pics of Dallol, by the way. Like, it looks like the stuff you see on like going into the drain in a car wash when they like hit you with all those rainbow colors, or like maybe the bottom of a 7-Eleven slushy machine, except hot. But yeah, it sounds nice too, right? Just really sounds great with all the acid ponds or whatever they're called. The record low temperature for Dallol is 70 degrees, 21 Celsius. That is, I think, the wildest stat to me in a way that this place has never been cooler than 70 degrees. That's wild. So why are these places so hot? Well, Death Valley is a sun-baked bowl, essentially, 282 feet below sea level, and it's hemmed in by mountains. Heat radiates off the rocks, and it gets trapped like an oven with the door closed. And in Dallol, you have a low elevation as well, relentless sunshine. And you also got that geothermal heat that's literally seeping out of the ground. Lovely. And at these extremes, the environment itself turns hostile. In Death Valley, asphalt often softens and shoes and tires deform. Touching metal can give you second-degree burns. Like, just imagine getting into a car and you set your tricep. That's such a sensitive spot right here. You set that down on the little top of your door in your car, and gosh, that's brutal. And then in Dallol, like the heat, also is accompanied by toxic gases and pools of acid. So, the breeze can even be hazardous there. I bet the Dallol Board of Tourism really hates this video. Hey, fly me out there. I'll say great things. Wow, the colors of the acid pool are gorgeous. They are. And so while we talk about dry heat in Death Valley, humid heat can be even deadlier at lower temperatures. If you remember from my dew point video a couple episodes ago, a 95-degree Fahrenheit day with extreme humidity in the Persian Gulf pushed the heat index to like 178 degrees, beyond what the human body is meant to be able to handle. So there you have it. Death Valley owns the title for hottest recorded day in Dallol, wins for constant year-round heat. One's an oven turned to broil for short bursts, and the other one's kind of a crock pot full of acid that you just can't escape. Hey, stay tuned. Tomorrow I have the coldest place on Earth for you. Let me know, what's the hottest temperature you've ever been in? I'm trying to think. I think honestly it's probably in Death Valley. I remember driving through Death Valley in my car, which is famously unreliable, but the temperature said like 120. And my car was breathing hard. Go check out my sources, which can be found in the YouTube description. Leave me a comment, rate, like, subscribe. Go check out the 1-minute version I do of all of these on social media at Smartest Year Ever. That's how you can find me. And in the meantime, stay curious and stay clever on our quest to become the world's greatest conversationalist. I will see you tomorrow in the smartest year ever.